Good evening, everybody. This is Silk. We're doing a little bit of late night gaming from Silk Pit, the Snake Pit here, as it were. All right, let's go ahead and get into Japan 19 here. This is Operation Skyfall. I went ahead and did my tech rolls offline so I could make some better decisions. We did succeed at radar, which was nice. That'll help us not lose as much money to the Americans. But we did fail the other two. Oh, no, I think I got logistics. Yeah, I think I actually did succeed at I know I failed LRA, but I think I did actually succeed at logistics. So I think it's at stage 2, not that most tech doesn't matter. This late in the game, whatever little bits you get are nice to have, but your strategy should already have everything you needed. All right, so we were actually at 70 at the end of last turn, and then we lost 5 to those American submarines. Did some terrible bad things to us. So we only have 65 to spend this turn. These 6 stages of heavy battleships is the same as it's been last time. It's just completing 2, advancing 2, finishing 2. I then have basically 6 infantry, 5 militia, and a heavy armor. So it's 30, and then 40, 50, 60, and then 5. So 5 militia, 6 infantry, 1 heavy armor, and all my battleships, of course. All right, so we are going to have some fun here. We're launching a couple of attacks down here in Far East. Trying to get rid of a few things. First off, I want to mark this coastal sub will bravely go back on raiding duty since the German sub died. So good luck to him. A single submarine is going to come over here and attack this guy in I-6, along with both of these fighters from this fleet carrier. And the point here is to force this fighter to make a decision as to whether he wants to defend here or defend here. Spoiler alert, he chooses here, but that's a little bit of why this is. So this is just going to be an auto removal, but that's what the actual declaration is. And then going in here is the fun stuff. So 4 heavy battleships, heavy fleet carrier, 4 submarines, 2 torpedo boat destroyers. Those are 2 real destroyers. And my 2 torpedo boat destroyers that are very unlikely to come home. And then this 1 fighter here from P-32. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has a perfectly legal landing spot there, so he's eligible to do that. Oh, and then this seaplane. This seaplane comes up on map, actually. He comes out here and try to map. Turns out it doesn't matter. The subs are fighting. The battleships are coming out of port. The fighter's going to scramble. We're just going to have just a big old nasty fight here. We'll see what happens. So that's what that fight is. Up here, we're going to fight this guy here in Suyon. 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 medium armor, 1 heavy armor from Shensi, and 1 infantry from Rihi. And then that's a non-com. That's all non-com. Those are all non-coms. We're going to take 2 shots at the picket destroyers here. Basically 1 and 1 with our kamikazes. It's pretty low value targets, really. It's just kind of me getting low-hanging fruit because I have 6 of them and I'm probably not gonna use them for any useful stuff at this point. No real faith there, but use them or lose them. And that, I believe, is all of my combat moves. The raiding, the big sea fight, the auto kill, Nothing else here in China. We're happy with what KMT did. They ran away. I gotta clear that orange marker. No, oh no, that's the purple marker. That's why I already got the KMT marker off. Yeah, all right. So let's get to it. All right. So let's roll that poor colonial rating sub here. Red will be the attacker. White is the defender. D12 will see if he survives. Not really here to get any real money as much as just not die. He successfully didn't die. 6 plus 1 is 7, but 5 plus 3 is 8. So no damage, but not dead. Brave coastal submarine. All right, we auto kill that transport. That's done. Let's do the fight in Suyan real quick because that won't take very long. I've got a first strike at 2. It misses. I've got a heavy armor at 7. It misses. I've got a medium armor at 5. It hits. And then, 2 at 1. And 1 at 2 with a boosted infantry. So I got my 1 hit. He's got a shot back at 4. And he misses with a 6. So take back Suyan. We'll see if the CCP want to fight me for it. Maybe they do. And then that leaves us with the big fight. All right. So I have way more wounds than he does. And I got to keep track of these things in a much different way. So I got 4 heavy battleships. They all are going to have potentially different wound markers on them. So I'm going to use some dice for that. And then obviously I use dice for the other hits too. Okay. So there are no first strikes. I have destroyers. He has destroyers. So we do have to start with air superiority first. I have a single fighter at a 6. That's a 5. That's a hit. So I will hit his fighter. He has a single fighter also at 6. Ooh, nice. That's a 7. So we escaped that one. Kind of the comment of most of this game has just been the dice have just been shaved to be real friendly to the Axis. If you saw what happened in Warsaw Cry back on, was that turn 12? I got pretty well beat up in Nanking. That was pretty nasty. And GWE had a pretty nasty fight in Transcaucasia, but mostly the dice have been really friendly to the Axis here. And that's a lot of why we are where we are here. So we got air superiority done. I'm going to roll that seaplane right now, just get it done. It hits at a 3. 5's a miss. And now we get over to the other stuff. All right. I have 4 submarines. They hit at 3s with target selected 1. Miss, 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 miss. Brutal. He has 3 submarines. Not as bad, but not much better. So 1 hit. That's the first hit I got to deal with. So he's kind of winning, so the fact that I killed his plane. All right. I have 2 torpedo boat destroyers at 2. No hits. I have 2 regular destroyers at 2. Or 4, actually. Close hit. No hits. Look at this. I should score 7 hits this fight, and I have 1. 6. I should get 6. He should get 5. Here we go. 4 heavy battleships at 10s. I like to think this will be some hits. There we go. And suddenly my hits get more or less back to normal as we hit him for 4. That's all my stuff. And he's only fired his submarines and his plane. He has 3 destroyers at 4. 10, 6, 8. Alright. He's got a light cruiser at 5 with target select. I can kill my fighter, which it does. Bang. So that slaughters my fighter. Let's get that thing off the board. Right now, take out his fighter, my fighter. Light cruiser, I got 3 destroyers, got 3 subs. He's got a battle cruiser at 7. There's a 9. Well, that was nice. And then he's got 3 battleships at 8. And he gets 2. So I have to take 3 casualties besides the fighter that I lost. He's got to take 5 besides the fighter that he lost. Right? No, 4. He only has to take 4. Which is probably his submarines and a battleship. So Chris kind of asked me to surprise him with his damage, and I kind of told him I'd do a max damage routine, and I think he loses through the 3 submarines because that will kind of result in, because the submarines are going to not be able to participate in the second round anyway, this is going to let him keep more pips and more power kind of going into the later rounds. It also means my seaplane no longer has a target, which I guess would have happened anyway because of the nature of the subs being gone. So maybe that doesn't make any difference. But I think he's here to kill my stuff. All right, so he loses 3 subs. He takes 1 hit off battleship. I lose both of my torpedo boat destroyers. They're gone. And then I will damage 1 of my battleships. All right. Battleship number 1 has a damage on it. The 2 torpedo boat destroyers are dead. My fighter is dead. Did I miss anything else? Do I owe him another hit? 3, I only counted the 3. Sub hit. The 2 battleships hit. Battle cruiser missed. Light cruiser hit. Yeah, I think I'm good. All right. Reset our clocks here. Okay. So I still have 4 submarines at 3. We get 2 hits, 1 of which is a target select. That's nasty. So that'll take out the battle cruiser. And then have 1 hit pending. I have 2 destroyers. They both miss. Now, 1 of my battleships is wounded, so it's no longer at a 10. So I have 3 battleships at 10 and 1 battleship at an 8. Here's the 3 10s, which gets 2 hits. one battleship that's wounded at an 8. And it misses. How's that for fun? So I only get 3 more hits. Meanwhile, he has 3 destroyers at 4. There's a hit. He has that light cruiser is still there, so it's at a 5. Just misses. He has his battle cruiser at a 7. That's a hit. And now he has 2 fully functional battleships and 1 damaged battleship. So the 2 regular battleships, 8 and 11, so that's another hit. And then he has the damaged one at a 6. Oh, so both of us are damaged. Our damaged battleships just missed. All right, so we both have to take 3 hits, and that's not counting the battle cruiser. So he'll damage his other 2 battleships and lose 1 destroyer. This is kind of the part where my durability sort of kicks in. I have 3 hits to take, but I can just keep taking wounds on my battleships. So we will drop the first one all the way down to 1. I don't want to get target selected and killed. Do I just damage them all? Don't need them for Keto Patai. I think I do. I think I'm just going to take 3 hits to my 3 undamaged heavy battleships. And we'll drop all of them to 8s. All right. Round 3. I still have 4 submarines at 3. So 1 hit, which is a target select. That is kind of the goal of me keeping these submarines around. So that will kill 1 of the damaged battleships. My destroyers are still here. So I have 2 at 4. There's another hit. And then I have 4 damaged battleships, or damaged heavy battleships at 8. Ooh, that was good. 4 hits. That's gonna be nasty. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's got 1 unit left. After that, he's only got 1 guy left. All right. So let's roll for 2 destroyers at 4. 9 and a 12. We have a light cruiser at 5. There's an 8. We have 3 damaged battleships at 6s. There's some pain. 2, 6, 11. So I will downgrade 2 of my battleships all the way down to 2. 2 and 2. All right. Last round. I've got 4 submarines at 3. There's my 1. these subs, they got a target select every turn. And then just in case, I got 2 battleships at 8. There's a hit. 2 battleships at 6. Miss. 2 destroyers at 4. 1 hit. So I got 2 hits there this turn, so that should be a spillover of 1. On the odd chance I didn't finish it off last turn. He's got his last battleship here to 6. And he misses. Alright. Well, that was nice. Whole bunch no longer living ships. So here in I-7, 2 destroyers, 4 submarines, fleet carrier that catches the 2 fighters from I-6. I got a submarine in I-6. And then I've got 4 heavy battleships. Now 2 of them have been damaged twice, and 2 of them have been damaged once. So there are 6 wounds, 6 damage that has been done to those battleships. And now we can get to our non-combat movements. All right. Oh, actually, I got my 2 other fights. I got my kamikazes. All right. Kamikaze in P-27 and 1 in P-36. Hit at a 7 or less. P-27. That's a miss. P-36. That's a hit. So killed 1, missed the other. Life goes on. So the destroyer in P-36 is gone. Back to our non-combat movements here. All right, these 3 infantry in Eastern Manchuria are going to go to Primorsky Krai. From this army in Nanking, I'm going to rail 2 heavy armor to Rihi. Then the rest of the armor is just going to drive to Hope. And that's now 6 heavy armor, 2 medium armor, and then the 1 militia to hopefully protect it from the bomber. Here I want to consolidate my fleet in P-15. So fleet carrier comes over with a tactical bomber. Unless I send it south. I want to send it south. Let me just send that south. Don't want to face those jets anyway. They're just going to shoot me down. So there's really no reason to be there. I think so. So I've got a fighter, or tactical, here, and a tactical here in P-32. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to go in port. So this fleet carrier in P32 will join the rest of my fleet off of I-7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Along with the tactical bomber. Got a little bummer about losing my fighter. I don't have the money to pay for another one. This tactical bomber goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll land here in Siam with the airbase. Not that he gets to scramble, he's a tactical bomber. And then escort carrier, both go to P15 with the empty fleet carrier that's there. I have a single heavy battleship left that was here in P50. It just comes up here and joins the rest of them. And then I'm actually going to place 2 more there. So we are going to have a total of, that becomes a red ship. So by my count, we're going to have 9 heavy battleships here in P15. Heavy cruiser will come here. Heavy cruiser will come here. All right. So just kind of a giant fleet sitting there in P16. Actually, we'll bring over. Destroyed. I do have Marines there. Do I want to bring them over? So we'll go here. I think we'll drop off these 2 Marines in Primorsky Krai. Those 2 destroyers there in P7. These guys, I think, are here. That's why I wanted a tactical bomber. Yeah, I remember. We are gonna, sorry guys, brain gets confused. That tactical bomber was here is gonna land on one of the carriers here, so we can map these dudes if they stay. That was the purpose. Just couldn't freaking remember. Which really means, yeah, it's kind of like having an extra carrier though. We'll leave that as is. All right. These guys here. So 2 transports are going to take the 2 infantry and the 2 artillery that were in Siam. They're going to come up 1, 2, 3 to Rihi, go into port, and drop them off there. The Russians are coming after all. This guy's in port. These other 3 transports just come down and they'll go into port here in Singapore. From my stack of units in Burma, 6 Marines are going to go to Siam. Apparently leaving me 1 there, 2 there. Leaving 2 Marines there. Then for my army here in Anam Tonkin, the 4 infantry move into Burma. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. again. And the 4 artillery that are here come here into Siam. All right. The seaplane that was on map in whatever zone that was where we fought comes back to Malaya. 1 infantry from Malaya comes across to Sumatra. 1 infantry from Sumatra walks across to Java. That should be everything. All right, let's start our placements. So you already saw me place the 2 heavy battleships. We're going to put a medium armor and an infantry here in Rehi. We're going to put a militia in Komorsi Krai. We're going to put a militia in Shanxi. We're going to put a militia in Sumatra. 2 militia in Tokyo. Should have 5 left. So 2 infantry, 3. So I'll put 1 infantry in Tokyo, 2 infantry in Kyushu. No, I really need that to be 1 more. All right. Yeah, we'll do infantry like that. Not everything gets to be perfect. Probably should have made one of those Marine. Oh well. And 2 infantry in Malaya. All right. Ships recap. Submarine in I-6. 4 submarines, 2 destroyers, fleet carrier, fighter, tactical, heavy carrier, 4 heavy battleships, 2 of which have 1 damage remaining, 2 of which have 2 damage remaining. Submarine I-12. 4 transports in port in Malaya. 4, 5, 6 infantry, 1 marine, 3 AAA. In Sumatra, marine, infantry, militia. Java, infantry, militia. It's a total of 2. 2 militia Borneo, 1 militia Sarawak, 1 militia Celebes, 1 militia Borneo, 2 marines, Dutch New Guinea. 2 militia Kwangtung, infantry Hunan. We'll put him in Nanking. If the KMT wants to come down and play, they can. Yeah, I should have taken that just so that they couldn't. Oh well. Later problems. In Hope, I've got a militia, 6 heavy armor, 2 medium armor. In Suyan, I've got 3 infantry and artillery, heavy armor, medium armor. In Rihi, 3 heavy armor, 4 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 transports in port. In Pomorsky Krai, I've got 3 infantry, 2 marines, and a militia. Kyushu is 3 infantry. Tokyo is 2 militia and an infantry. And then the main fleet in P13, 9 heavy battleships, 2 regular battleships, a battle cruiser, 4 heavy cruisers, 2 escort carriers, 2 light cruisers, 1 fleet carrier, 1 tactical. Burma and Siam. Siam is 6 Marines, 4 artillery. Burma is 20 infantry, 2 Marines, 3 artillery, 3 AAA. That's everything. Whew. Not sure what my income is. It's probably 66, 67, somewhere around there. We lost a lot. We'll figure it out though. Yeah, that's all I got though. If the game doesn't end, I'll see y'all in a few days. Take care.